Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about a lesson that took me a while to learn, I think. And that's not, and that's that not everyone's gonna like you. They're not. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay. People pleasing was freeing up my life like so badly, especially when I was in high school. It impacted my productivity, how I showed up for myself, how I felt about myself. When I was younger, I put a lot of value into the opinions of others and what they thought of me specifically. And I think, unfortunately, it just stemmed from a lack of self love and trust to the point where I felt like if people had liked me and no one had any problems with me or anything negative to say about me, it meant that I was valuable. It meant that I was worthy of being liked. And I think just like treated like a human in general, which, like, not great. I learned over time that that was a huge, humongous mistake because I started to lose my sense of self, and pretty much all forms of authenticity because I was trying to appease others and what they thought about me. I wouldn't challenge anyone's opinions. I would allow people to talk to me any type of way. Even if they were being disrespectful, I would kind of just allow it because I didn't want to have any confrontation. And I just pretty much was neglecting my own thoughts and opinions just out of fear of having people dislike me, which then like I feel like I became a shell of myself because like who am I if I have no opinions and I'm allowing everyone else's thoughts to impact me and my life. I learned over time that we are all so different. It's impossible for everybody to like you, genuinely. When you realize that people have different values, different life experiences, different frames of references, um, you become a little more comfortable with the idea and the fact that it's normal for people to not align with you. When you really think about it, when you actually really think about it, people disliking you should not be impacting your life. Took me a while to get here, but genuinely, when I thought about it, if somebody doesn't like me, what does that mean? Like, what does that do for me? Like, genuinely, it actually doesn't impact you at all. Aside from maybe seeking external validation, and maybe losing a bit of that when you realize that not everybody likes you. I just don't even see how else like everybody liking you is going to really drastically impact your life. When you think about the biggest stars, there's people that dislike them all the time. Do you think Beyonce's in her room thinking, oh, well, damn, Jimmy said he didn't like me. I think I'm just gonna stop making music? No, because it's normal for us to not like everybody. Do you like everybody? I don't. And this is not to say that I'm like out here being rude to people or disrespectful or unkind, but I understand that just my values and my outlook on life does not align with everybody. So it's only natural for that to apply to me as well. Not everyone is going to like me, not everyone's going to like you, and it's okay. Once I finally understood that, I feel like I became a lot more authentic. I started stepping out of my comfort zone. I wasn't scared of like what people would think about me. I started doing things that scared me, kind of like this channel, because I realized at the end of the day, no matter what I do, someone is going to have something to say about it, regardless of what I'm doing. Um, and I'm learning to live with that fact. At first, it was a little bit painful just because I think I really did pride myself on being a likable person, and just having friends everywhere. But then that got to a point where I felt like I wasn't doing things that I wanted to do, saying things that I wanted to say, hiding my opinions because I didn't want anyone to have a reason to dislike me. You know, I didn't want anyone to go, oh, you know, we thought we liked Chelsea, but actually because she said this thing or because she did this thing, I think I don't like her anymore. It's not worth it. I honestly feel like I walk through life now a little more excited with a little more pep in my step because I got to a point now where I am only looking to please myself and make myself proud. Obviously, like still like your parents and stuff, maybe if that's something you are looking to do. But I genuinely now am in a space where I'm like, okay, if I want to do something, I'm just going to do it. If something does not align with me, I don't want to do it. And that's okay. This is your life. Do not let people that might not be here in 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, maybe next year, 6 months, do not let them impact you and your growth and how you move through life and how authentic you are to yourself, your connection to self, any of those things. Because once you realize that, you understand that, I don't know, life just becomes a little more beautiful, I think. It feels a little more worth living. It feels freeing. I don't know. I feel like I really did finally get to a point where I'm understanding that it's fine. I just don't care as much anymore. And that's okay. Some things that I did to, I think, get here and ground myself a little more in just the idea that not everyone's gonna like me. One is that I started spending a lot more time with myself. I didn't feel the need to fill up all of the extra space and time I had with interactions with other people. And I really started to get to know myself through journaling, just reading, I don't know, cooking, whatever it is. If you have hobbies that you like to do, just like spending time with yourself, that really, I think, helped to foster a sense of trust, and just like within myself. Also, building habits, being consistent. This could relate to anything. If it's like if I don't know, for example, you're like, okay, I want to make sure that I cook 3 times a week instead of buying takeout food. That will foster a sense of trust, especially once you start sticking to those things. For me, it was going to the gym multiple times a week. I know that I now can trust myself because I've said something, I've seen that I am able to actually continue to do that. And now I just trust myself a lot more and trust my judgment. I also, I'm an adult, right? But I think when I got here and became an adult, I realized that also other adults that are a lot older than me do not have it figured out. And there are just people in spaces that I was kind of shocked to finally come to the realization that really, like, not like almost nobody has it figured out completely. I don't think anyone has it figured out completely, if I'm being honest. And there are people in my life that have opinions that I don't agree with. And just because they say something is right or wrong does not mean it's the truth, the end all, the be all, right? I also find that like saying just some like self-love affirmations really helps. Just to kind of get the voice out there, saying it out loud, looking at myself in the mirror, staring myself in the eye, and saying these things really does help. Just to start believing things. Obviously, like, fake it till you make it, but I think it's a very beautiful place to get to. Once you're in a space where you're no longer doing things for the approval of others. One of the benefits that I have experienced, just upon this realization, is that it brings me closer to people that I actually align with. I have been able to connect with people almost instantly and understand that we have similar values because I was moving through life just being my authentic self, as opposed to me wanting to get along with everybody and then spending all my time with all these people that might not align with me. Yeah, I think there's people out there for everybody, and allowing yourself to kind of find those people that truly do align with you, I think, is so important. And it just, I don't know, adds a little more joy to your life. I think how I want to end this video is for us to all think about prioritizing genuine connections with ourselves and other people, and really putting things into perspective. It's okay if people do not like you. You know what? I'm saying this to myself. It is okay if people don't like you. It's fine. Do not let it impact your life to the point where you are not doing things that you want to do. You're not saying things that you want to say. You're not sticking up for yourself because you are scared of what people will think about you. Do not let that be your life, because I'm sure in years we're going to look back and think, hey, you know what? I didn't want to do this thing, or I wish I had said this to somebody, or I wish I had just stuck up for myself a little bit more. And the time will have passed, and you might be a little bit sad, a little disappointed, and I think we should try to avoid that. Obviously, it's life. We're gonna learn. We're gonna make mistakes. It's part of the human experience. But just my main message here is, it's like, people are not gonna like you. Like, not everyone is gonna like you, and it's okay. It has nothing to do with you or your value or what you bring to this earth. And you'll find the ones and the people that are for you, that genuinely care about you, you know? Anyways, bye my loves. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.